Hello everyone, and welcome to my review of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Was it not you who
Um,
freed the
I'm
town
just
from
going
the
to be
bloody
showing, pl giving you some gameplay of it whilst I talk about the expansion. This is the Blood and Wine expansion, by the way. Came out last week. I finished it not too long ago, and I just want to give you my overall thoughts about it. As you can see, we're in the land of Toussaint, where where the expansion takes place. And this is my vineyard. Yes, they give you a vineyard when you do start the game, or not start the game, but when as you're playing the game, you get a vineyard, and yeah, quite entertaining. And also the problem with the vineyard is that you cannot profit out of it because of certain things that happened before you got there. So unfortunately, you cannot be making money from making wine. Yeah, although you do get a hefty amount of wine in this expansion, hence the whole Blood and Wine title. And when you get the vineyard, it's kind of run down. It does look run down, but believe me, this is as best this is the best you can get it up to. Um, yeah, it's a very entertaining game. I'll also just mention one more thing. You also get a part of the vineyard. You have like a greenhouse, so you can pick up all the herbs and whatever you've picked up throughout the game. Instead of going to the market to pick them all up, you can just come over here, and it'll just grow for you. So when you pick it up later on, if you come in like maybe a few days later, more will grow and you can pick them up as well. So yeah, you can use it for your herbs. You can use them for your potions and other things like that. So as I was talking about the expansion, it starts off kind of like with a bang. A, there's a mystery basically. A bunch of people are getting murdered, and it's you've been hired to figure out what's going on, and it's quite complicated when when you try and learn what's going on as well. Uh, but you do find out what's going on as well in the story. It's quite difficult, I'm not going to lie, it's quite difficult. And the other thing I will say is there are a lot of vampires in this expansion. You know, you have to fight, you have to take out a bunch of vampires, a bunch of giant centipedes as well, and um, what's it called? Living things that are like living plants, almost like the one from Little Shop of Horrors. It's quite funny, you know, when you're fighting it. It cannot, you like, it reminds you of that all the same. And um, it does have three outcomes in the story. There are three outcomes. So, but to get the best outcome, you have to do a lot of research. You have to more or less read a bunch of things. You have to ask the right questions, and you have to kind of just follow things properly. You know, so if you do that, you get the best ending. If you don't, you get one of two endings that are not so great. And when you do get that, it's very annoying, but still you do it's still it's not the best outcome, but it's still possible all the same. So as you see, these are just, yes, this is my cellar, wine cellar. All the I do get a bunch of wine sent to the up in the cellar almost like on a daily basis, which is kind of funny. So you can get drunk as much as possible if you want. And also, I'll show you the interior as well. This is it whilst I have more or less polished it, you know. And yeah, I've renovated it. It looked run down when I originally started. And yeah, you get shelves. You can put your swords and everything up here. The other thing you can do is you can put your armor that you get for the game. You can stand it all up. You'll see. Hopefully you can see it over here. These are just a bunch of armors I picked up during the entire game, and yeah. And let me show you the interior, my room as well. It's like MTV Cribs or something. But here you also have places you can mount things on the wall as well, and you can drop down some statues and other things like that. This is your bed, your shelf. You can just pick up some books and read and other things like that. Uh, these are pictures I framed on the wall. You can see next to my armors. So yeah, you can see them over here. And up here is like the spare room. So you can see the bed is over here. What? It's almost like yeah, I'm showing you the house and whatnot, but yeah. And also here's the manservant, or not manservant, but the caretaker of the vineyard. And his name is, surprise, surprise, Basil Fawlty. Barnabas Basil Fawlty. If any of you are big into British sitcoms, there was a show called Fawlty Towers, and the owner of the hotel in there was named Basil Fawlty. So I'm guessing this character is kind of named after him. So yeah, and over here is like the kitchen, and this. Okay, she's not here. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, I hung up some pictures. I put my swords over here and other stuff like that. So it's quite cozy. And also, when you finish the game, if you do it in a particular way, your love interest, whoever you choose to be your love interest in the game, comes to the vineyard, you know, and hangs out with you. As you can check out the landscape. It just looks amazing. From what I hear, they built it from scratch. You know, they not use the same mechanics they use. I mean, they not use the same tools they use for the main game itself, and it kind of shows. It's very, very vibrant and other things like that. Anyway, guys, that's my review for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Blood and Wine expansion. The other thing I will mention is you need to be very careful whilst you're fighting your enemies over here, because The Witcher is not an easy game. You can easily get yourself killed off and other things like that. As you can see here, I entered something called a turning. Yeah, it's almost like a contest, you know, and it was quite entertaining. Yeah, and you saw some of the trophies of it when I entered my room. And I also got this. What is this? It's like a dead body. Hold on. Interesting. So yeah, you get the Tornin, and yeah, you do solve a bunch of puzzles, and you do enter a world that is like Fable Town. You meet a lot of characters from Fable. So you meet the big bad wolf. You meet the boy who cried wolf. You meet the three little pigs and some other fables, and it is quite entertaining, you know. If you enjoy your fables, if you enjoy your fantasy and other things like that, this expansion should kind of keep you interested, because it's quite entertaining when you're checking out all those fables and other things like that. You know, it has a lot of references to modern to what's it called? Yeah, yeah, modern culture, yeah, pop culture and other things like that. Although it's subtle, it does not, is not like hitting you on the head with the references and other things like that. I keep on saying and other things like that. Sorry about that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review, guys. I got it free with my expansion pass, which I think it's like what, 10 or 15 pounds if you get it individually. And also, just so you know, if you pre-ordered this, or if you got this and you had proof of it a few days ago, you would be able to pre-order the Gwent decks, the is it Skelliger and the Nilfgaard one. But unfortunately, due to high demand, they are all sold out. So yeah, it's going to be tricky for anybody who wants to get those Gwent decks. Luckily, I was able to pre-order mine, and I already have the Monster and the Scoia'tael one, so yeah, I'm glad. I've not done an unboxing for it because, you know, I don't think any of you will be interested in checking it out. However, I will do a video of it when I do, not an unboxing, but I'll just do a video of it when I get the next set of Gwent cards. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Have a good one, and I will catch you hopefully soon. Goodbye.